Imagine this. You are sitting in a stadium, surrounded by thousands of fans. The club you support has just signed one of the most exciting young strikers in European football. Strong, fast, clinical. The kind of player who makes defenders nervous just by stepping onto the pitch to warm up. The team sheet drops before kickoff, and his name is nowhere near the starting lineup. That is exactly what happened. And the reaction was exactly what you would expect from the stands and from social media. Confusion, frustration, arguments. But here's the thing about football. The loudest reactions are rarely the most informed ones. And when you actually study what Michael Carrick was doing and why, a completely different picture begins to emerge. Welcome to Beyond 90 Minutes, where we go past the scoreline, past the headlines, and find the real story. Let us start with the player at the center of this story, Benjamin Sesko. If you have not been closely following European football over the last few years, you might not know this name as well as you should, but you will. Sesko came through the Red Bull football system, first at RB Salzburg, then at RB Leipzig, where he steadily developed into one of the most complete physical strikers on the continent. He stands at over 6 feet tall. He is fast for his size, genuinely fast. He can hold up play with his back to goal under serious defensive pressure. He can run in behind defensive lines that step too high, and he finishes with genuine quality, with both feet. These are not minor attributes. These are the exact qualities that clubs spend enormous sums of money to find. And yet, Michael Carrick, calm as he always is, left him on the bench. Before we go any further, how do you rate Sesko as a striker? Drop your score out of 10 in the comments right now. I'll be reading every single one. To understand this decision, you have to understand the man making it. Michael Carrick is not a manager who makes noise. He does not chase headlines. He does not play to the cameras. He watches. He thinks. He calculates. And then he acts. His playing career gave him something that very few managers carry into the dugout. He spent years inside some of the most tactically demanding environments in football. Under Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United, absorbing how elite management works from the inside. What Carrick took from those years was not just football knowledge. It was decision-making under pressure. The ability to stay clear and stay calm when everything around you is loud and reactive. His teams at Nottingham Forest are built on structure, on collective discipline, on players who understand their function within the system, not just their personal statistics. Every forward in his setup has responsibilities that go far beyond scoring. They press from specific trigger points. They hold specific zones. They move not just when they have the ball, but in the moments between passes to protect the shape of the team behind them. This is the environment Benjamin Sesko stepped into, and it matters enormously before we judge the call Carrick made. So, the decision itself. The team sheet is released before kickoff. Sesko, the marquee forward, the player every supporter expected to start, is not in the opening 11. And social media does exactly what social media always does. How can you bench him? What is Carrick thinking? This is a waste of our best player. These reactions are understandable. On the surface, the logic seems completely broken. Sesko is fit. Sesko is available. Sesko is talented. So why is he not starting? But this is where we need to slow down. Because great management is never about surface decisions. It is about the details beneath the surface. The opponent, the shape, the specific problem that needs solving in that match on that day. And when you study exactly what Carrick was facing, the decision stops looking like a mistake. It starts looking like a very precise calculation. When you first saw Sesko was on the bench, what was your honest reaction? Drop it in the comments below. I genuinely want to know. Here is the tactical truth. The opposition Carrick faced in this match had set up to press aggressively, high up the pitch, with a compact, organized shape designed to cut off space. Now, where does Sesko cause the most damage? In space. In behind a defensive line that steps too high. When he has room to run, time to control, and physical dominance he can impose on isolated defenders. Against a team pressing high, closing fast, and removing that space deliberately, those exact strengths become much harder to access. The striker Carrick chose to start instead offered something completely different. A player whose movement drops deeper to create passing angles under pressure, whose wide runs pull center backs away from their positions, opening channels for midfield runners arriving into the space. Think of it like this. If Sesko is a hammer, perfectly built for knocking things down directly, then this was a situation that called for a scalpel. Precise, controlled, designed to cut through the specific problem in front of it. Using the wrong tool, no matter how impressive that tool is, does not help you in the task. It just makes the task harder. This is the level of thinking that never makes the highlights, but wins football matches. Do you think more managers should make calls like this, even when the fans disagree? Tell me below. And the numbers support this completely. When teams deploy aggressive high-press systems, strikers who rely on physical dominance and direct movement into space tend to see measurable drops in output. Their expected goal numbers fall. Their key touches in dangerous areas decrease significantly. Their link-up play becomes rushed and imprecise because the time and space they need simply is not available. But here's what I think is the most important part of this entire story. We live in a football culture that instinctively celebrates the obvious, the big signing, the famous name, the striker whose face is on every front page. And there is nothing wrong with that admiration. These players are special. But the greatest managers across every generation of football have always understood something that takes time and experience to truly appreciate. The team is always bigger than any individual player. Guardiola has left world-class players on the bench, not because they failed, but because the moment required something different. Ancelotti has done the same. Ferguson built his greatest teams on collective function, not individual freedom. When Carrick makes a decision like this, he is not sending a message of disrespect to Sesko. He is sending a message, quietly but with absolute clarity, to every single person in that dressing room. No one, regardless of their transfer fee, regardless of their reputation, is bigger than what this team needs on that specific day. And every player, when the right moment arrives, will be given their opportunity. That kind of consistency, that kind of clarity from the top, builds trust in a dressing room. And trust, over a full season, is exactly what builds winning teams. And here's where the story takes one more turn. Because managers like Michael Carrick never make these decisions without thinking about what comes next. Sesko, benched in one match, is far more likely to start the following game, or to arrive from the bench at the perfect moment, fresh, against a tired defense, in exactly the kind of open space where his qualities cause the most damage. So the next time a team sheet drops, and your first reaction is confusion or frustration, I want you to try one thing. Pause. Look beyond the name on the bench. Look at the opponent. Look at the shape. Look at the specific problem the manager is trying to solve on that day. Because in football, as in most things in life, the right answer is almost never the most obvious one. And sometimes, the bravest thing a manager can do is leave their most dangerous player watching. So let me ask you directly, do you think Carrick made the right call? And what would you have done differently? Drop it in the comments. I read every single reply, and I will be responding today. If this is the kind of football thinking you come to this channel for, make sure you are subscribed to Beyond 90 Minutes. We put out news stories every single week, and the next one goes somewhere most people are not expecting. Until then, stay curious. The real story is always beyond the 90 minutes.